Tripura's Chief Minister Mr. Biplab Kumar Deb says he wants good journalism in exchange of good governance. Oh yes, we are the watchdog of democracy, but hold on. We are not for you. We are after you. Targeting journalists and holding them accountable are two things. The events that unfolded in the aftermath of 26 January violent protests has seen the country sinking its feet deeper into the quagmire of misinformation and lawlessness. And let's agree, we are all guilty of several crimes that does find sections into the Penal Code of Book. Did we not point fingers? Did we not went out on social media sites with unverified claims and visuals? Did we not make imputations and assertions prejudicial to national integration? Did we not cuss a certain community when we saw their flag hosted at the Red Fort? Did we not spread misinformation? We sure did. We are all culpable enough to be booked into the sections. But before our fates gets decided by the already overburdened judiciary, it will get decided by the oft-repeated legal maxim, justice delayed is justice denied. And as Thrasymachus, the sophist character from the Plato's Republic would have it, justice is nothing but the advantage of the stronger. So, without going into the legal nonsense, would an apology on part of accused or an assumption of a human error on the part of the accused by the defendant, if any, not exonerate them of their slip of tongues? It will. But here we are. A total of 3 sedition cases have been filed across 3 states against Congress MP Shashi Tharoor, India Today journalist Rajdeep Sardesai, National Herald's senior consultant editor Mrinal Pandey, Qawmi Awaz editor Zafar Agha, the Caravan magazine's editor and founder Paresh Nath, the Caravan editor Anand Nath and its executive editor Vinod K. Jose, and one unnamed person for sharing unverified news during the Farmers' Tractor Rally in Delhi on January 26. In the FIR registered in Sector 20 police station of Noida, Uttar Pradesh, the police have invoked 153A, promoting enmity between different groups, 153B, 295A, malicious acts to outrage religious feelings, 298, deliberate intent to wound religious feelings, 504, 506, 124A, 120B, criminal conspiracy, and Section 66 of the IT Act 2000. In a statement released by the Editors Guild, it states, on a day thick with information, the EGI finds these FIRs filed in different states as an attempt to intimidate, harass, and browbeat and stifle the media. It is notable that these FIRs, the case has been filed in Uttar Pradesh, although the jurisdiction of the cases would be Delhi. Now, by virtue of these being cognizable offences, they can be filed anywhere in India. But people in BJP-ruled states seem to be extra vigilant, as does the party in silencing dissent. We have consistently stayed at the bottom of Press Freedom Index. Many will disagree, but it is assuredly one of the several markers which will help us to ferret out as to where we as a democracy lie.